wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down the finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for that, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. Go.
We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Go.
Don't get nervous.
Heads, yeah. Mike 50. Almost.
Watch the slack.
Go. Stay at home.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He made now a loose football. The ball comes out, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Fight on these two.
Now Chubb running right, and that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, Chubb. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A run for Nick Chubb. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. On first down, Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw, it's Mahomes. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. This will be taken in at the 1. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go. Okay, come on. Silver. Mike 50, Mike 50. Please. Let him know. Take four.
On first down, Newman. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we got 4. We got pay.
Looking to throw. Newman. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Sponge. No.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second and 6. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Newman. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in...
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. You.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newman. And it's caught by Parker. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Come on, fellas.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback. D-line, get that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hey, 50.
From the gun, Newman. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Mack Wilson in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible.
He's got daylight. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Set, ready. 60 out low. Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down. 3 down, 3 down. Hurry, hurry.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newman. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 3rd down, Newman. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Single, slot.
Off the play fake. Newman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. Back to throw. Newman. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
43.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Operating from the gun. Newman. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls.
What it is.
Away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Black. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's out to Chubb, complete. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Number 15, Patrick Mahomes on the keeper. He was brought down by Shaq Barrett.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points without.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Looking to throw. Newman. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newman. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Back to throw. Newman, flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Newman. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Brings up 3rd down and 20.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A final shot before break. Newman. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Newman. Incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He's got Evans. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Back to throw. Newman. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, and it's third down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working up. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Check 26, check 26.
They run it again with Chubb. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away. And they're not doing it.
Looking to throw. Newman. And this is caught. It's Parker. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Here we go.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Switch. Right there. Come.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw on 3rd down. Newman. And the catch made by Johnson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get him down inside the... And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if some guy, there will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, check Mike 39.
Me and you all day.
On 3rd down, Newman. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
He's coming.
The give running right is Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A quick throw complete out to Beckham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newman. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes looking for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go,
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
No.
On 1st down, it's Rose. Muscling free near the 40. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding it.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Williams. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
This one quickly into the hands of Landry. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Did you get a thing from Donald? Did you give me money with her?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So we erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
From the gun on 3rd down. Newman. He finds his target. It's Evans. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Rose. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. To throw on 2nd down. Newman. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
It's just me and you. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 36.
Back to throw. Newman. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Throwing on 1st down. Newman. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way is not really working for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Let me ask you a question. Was it you or the people in your household got rid of them chucks?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Looking to throw. Newman. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 3rd and long. Newman. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. field and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Buying time to his left. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
Now, can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards. They don't want the ball.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
4 down.
Throwing to start the drive. Newman. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
The heroin, yeah, the heroin hit.
They'll try the left side. It's Rose. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Newman. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
No, thank you.
On 1st and 10, Newman. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier.
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
We're about to play right now?
Yellow. I go on, Eddie. Come on. Hey, good play. Right.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Clearly wasn't out.